Very good afternoon. Myself Dr. Ruchi Gupta, Associate Professor in IT Department. Today we will discuss software engineering. The first topic of this software engineering is about the software, characteristics of software and the various components and applications of software. So, first of all, before going on to the brief description about the software, first of all, we have to know what is program. So, program is a collection of logical instruction. It is a set of instructions. When we have to combine more than one programs, then it becomes an software. So, software, it is a set of items or objects that form a configuration that include program, document and data. So, as per the definition of Pressman, software is it is a set of programs, and program, it is a set of instructions. So, there is a difference between a program and a software. So, first of all, we have to implement the program, that is a collection of instruction, and after when we have to combine all the programs together, then it become a software. And software, it is a combination of program, data structure and documentation. So, now another definition of software is that software consists of instruction, that is a computer program, and when we have to execute this program with some desired functions and performance, and it is a combination of some data structures that enables the program to adequately manipulate some information. And third one, the major thing about the software is that it is a collection of the documents which we have prepared during the implementation of programs like SRS, design document, a complete list of program, reports, testing reports, etc. So, the document that describe the operations and the use of programs. So, we can say that program is just a collection of instruction, and there is no need of any documentation, there is no need of a complete data structures required, but when we have to implement the software, then there is a need of some instructions, set of instructions, there is a need of data structure as well as there is a need of document. Now, another definition of software is that software is a invisible part. There is a, if we have to see the behavior of this software, so the concrete part of the software is that we may see this software, but we cannot touch that software as the hardware. So, there exists invisible part also in the software. So, in the software, there is a more important thing about the software is that it is a dynamic behavior of the programs on the real computers and in auxiliary components. So, we can say it contains the dynamic behavior. Dynamic behavior means we can change the program, we can change the software as per the need of the customer, as per the requirement of the customer. So, another thing is about the software is software product is a model of the real world. Means as per the expectation of the customer, we can make a model, we can implement as per the expectation of the customer, and it behave like a real world, and the real world is constantly changed. So, we can say as per the technology change, we may change the software accordingly. Now, the third thing about the software is that it is a digital form of knowledge, means everything is in digital form. We never contain the things in the physical form or in the manual form. All the things will be contained in the digital form in the software. Now, another definition of software is that computer programs and associated documentation. As I have already discussed that it is a collection of instruction, data structure and the documentation. So, computer programs and associated documentation such as the requirement, designing models, user manuals, etc. These are required for the software. Now, software products, it may be developed for a particular customer. So one thing, the one major thing that we have to know about the software is that software are basically two types. One is a generic software and second one is a custom software. So softwares are to be developed as per the requirement of the specific customer or as per the generic customer requirement. So software products may be developed for a particular customer or it may be developed for a generic market. So we can say that one type of software is to be developed as per the specific requirement of the customer. For example, suppose if I want to develop a college software, that it is my customized requirement. It is my generic requirement, and customized requirement, and one software is to be developed as per the basic need of the customers, general customers. So these are the generic softwares. So the two categories, the software products may be generic and custom. So in the generic products, it may be these softwares developed to be sold to a range of different customers. For example, like PC software such as Excel or Word. As we have seen that MS Office is used by various customers. It is used by the different kind of users. So this type of category of softwares come under the generics category. Now the second category of the software is a custom category. So the custom softwares, it may design for a specific need or a need of a single customers according to their specification. For example, as I have discussed that if I want a software of my college, then it will implement as per my need. So it comes in the category of a custom software. Now new softwares can be created by developing new programs, configure generic software system, or using some existing softwares. Now if we are talking about the components of software, so software is nothing, it is just a combination of all these three things: program, documentation, and operating procedures. So we can say that software is equal to, it is a combination of program plus documentation plus operating procedure. So these are the components, basic components of the software. Programs, as I have told you, that program is a collection of instruction, or it is a set of instructions. Documentation means like user manuals. These are come under the category, under the documentation category, and some procedures which we have follow for the implementation of software. Now evaluation of software. Now if we are talking about the evolution of the software, so basically different softwares are to be designed for the different purpose. But if we go to the previous era, so softwares has been used in the 1950s or before that. So as per the technology change, the softwares categories also change. So if we have to go before the years, so if we go in 1950s, this is called early years of software. In this era, there are different type of softwares has been developed during this era, like general purpose hardware softwares, batch oriented softwares, limited distribution softwares, and custom softwares. They may designed at this era. Now further there was some improvement in the software implementation. Then we have entered in the second era, that is 1968 to 1973. This is called the second era of software. In this era, we have developed multi-user system, various real-time softwares, database softwares, productive softwares was developed in the second era of software. Now if we are talking about the third era was start in 1974, and it was during this era, the various software has been developed like distributed system, embedded systems, low cost hardware, consumer impact softwares. That type of softwares was designed in this category in the third era. Now further there some improvement has been done in the software implementation, and the fourth era has come, that is the 1987 to 2000 era. In this era, powerful desktop systems has been implemented, object oriented technologies has come in this era, expert system has been designed in this era, in the fourth era, artificial neural network has come in this era, parallel computing and network computers has come in this era. So we can say that new technologies has come in the fourth era. Now we come on the characteristics of the software. So there are number of characteristics of the software has been used. So when we have used the software, so it contains the various characteristics of the functionality. So the first characteristic of the software is developed or engineered and it is never manufactured. So if we compare the software with the hardware, then hardwares are manufactured, but software is never manufactured. They are always implemented or engineered. And software is malleable in nature, means software never die out. We can say that as per the time increases, the performance of software may be decreased, but software is malleable in nature. They never die. Their performance may down, but they never die. Next characteristic of software is intangible in nature and it is very hard to measure to softwares. So because software is intangible, we cannot touch this, touch the software because it is in intangible form. So we cannot measure as the hardware. We cannot measure properly as we have to measure the hardwares. So this is intangible and hard to measure. Now the next is softwares are directly depends upon the hardware. Software are always dependent on the hardware. It means we never execute the software. We never run the software without hardware support. It means we can say that hardware is also always necessary for the software execution. So without hardware, we never use software. So software is directly depend upon the hardware. Now the next is software solutions require some unusual rigor. Means we can say that softwares are work some unexpected conditions also, or we can say that software provide the solutions, it will go beyond the boundaries. Most softwares are custom built rather than assembled from existing components. As I have discussed that there are two categories of software. One is a generic software and another one is a custom software. So most of the softwares are implemented as per the custom requirement, as per the customer specific requirement. So that's why most softwares are custom built, and only specific softwares or a generic softwares are limited in environment. Now the next characteristic of software is software does not wear out, but it will be deteriorated. As I have discussed that software never die. Software, we can say that as per the time, if we have not changed the software as per the technology requirement, as per the technology change, if we not change the software, if we not modify, if we have not update the software, then the performance may down, but we can't say that software is die. So that's why we can say that software does not wear out, but will deteriorate it as per the time. So, as I have seen this diagram, this is also called Watt-Tub curve. This curve is shown, it is shown like a bathtub. So, x-axis it show the time, and the y-axis it show the failure intensity of the software. So, there are two phases. One is a warning phase, and the middle part of this it is a useful phase, and it is a bear out phase. So, once the software is implemented, the performance of software is very high, because it is implemented as per the current requirement, as per the current technology. So, at that time, the performance of software is very high, but at that sometime the software is being remain in the useful time. It will remain in the useful time, as we have seen here. But after that, after some time or some years, when the technology will change, then it will go on to the deterioration phase. It will go on to the performance or the quality of the software may decreases. So, we can say that it does not wear out, because we can use this software anytime. It not like a hardware, that hardware is a physical entity. If hardware is destroyed, so we never use that hardware, but it is not apply in the software, because it is a soft format, it is in a soft form. So, we can use any time, but as per the technology change, when the requirements are changed, we may say that the quality of the software degrade, but it will never wear out. Now, the second characteristics, softwares are flexible in nature and discontinuous operations in nature. So, as I have discussed that when we have to change the software, then as per the technology change, then the performance will upgrade. When we have not changed the software as per the technology, the performance will degrade. So, this curve will up and down, because as per the requirement of the technology, as per the requirement of the customer, when we have to upgrade it will increase the performance, the curve will go up, and if we have not changed as per the technology change, the curve will go down. Now, as I have discussed that software is not manufactured, we can reuse the components of software again and again. Software is flexible in nature. Now, we come on the software applications. So, there are various applications of softwares we have used. There we can say that in various area we have to use the software. So, software is a general term for the various kinds of program that is used to operate the computers and related devices. Now, the first application of software is a system software. So, what is system software? It is a collection of programs that always provide the services or support to other programs. Means we can say that system software not work individually. It may always provide the support to another programs or another software. So, like infrastructure softwares are come under this categories, like compilers, editors, drivers, operating systems, they are called system softwares. Now, the second category, the second application of softwares, real-time software. So, as the name suggests, real-time software, we know that the softwares that are used to monitor the real-time activities of the real world, and they have to control and monitor and analyze the real world events that may occur. For example, if we forecast the weather, forecasting of weather, earthquake prediction, these are come under the category of this real-time softwares. So, in computer science, the real-time computing or a reactive computing describe hardware and software that is subject to the real-time constant. For example, like time programs, they must guarantee that response within a specific time, and often referred to as a deadline. It means if there is a deadline of any real-time project, so these come under the real-time. For example, the software required for weather forecasting, as I have already told you that weather forecasting softwares are come under the category of real-time software. Now, the third type of softwares are the embedded softwares. So, as the name suggests, the embedded softwares are those, such type of softwares are embedded with some hardware. It does not work individually. We have to embed with some hardware. So, such type of softwares are called embedded software. So, this type of software is placed in the read-only memory of the product and control the various functions of the product. They are called embedded softwares. Embedded softwares, it refers to the computer programs that directly interact with the hardware. Like in the mobile phones or in any chip, we are using some software. So, they are called embedded software. So, these programs are typically built to perform a specific function or to make a hardware perform in a specific way. So, several pieces of embedded software may be built into a single piece of hardware, and embedded software is an integral part of the hardware. Product could be automobile, like security, signaling systems. They are come under the category of the embedded software. For example, ATM, cell phones, printers, thermostat, calculators. In all these hardware, we embed some software. So, these are called embedded softwares. Now, the next category is a business software. Business softwares or business applications softwares, they are basically used for specifically business purpose, like ERP, like customer relationship management softwares, content management software, ERP softwares. So, they are basically used for a business purpose. They are come under the category of business. So, business software or business application is any software or a set of computer programs that is used for the business users, and basically it is specifically used for by the business users. So, these business applications are used to increase the productivity and to perform some other business functions accurately. And the category of these business softwares are CMS, CRM, ERP. Now, the next application of software is a personal computer software. So, personal computer software is used for the personal purpose. For example, like word procedure, computer graphics, multimedia animations. So, if any user want to use a software for their personal use, so they come in the category of personal computer software. Now, the next category is artificial intelligence softwares. It may use of some numerical algorithm. Basically, such type of softwares are used for the research purpose, like expert system, neural network, etc. So, these are the artificial intelligence. And the next category is web-based software. So, web-based softwares are over the used for the internet with the web browsers. As we have seen that CGI, HTML, Java, they are supporter of these web-based softwares. And the last application of software is engineering and scientific softwares. They are also research-based softwares like CAD, CAM, MATLAB, circuit analyzer. They are used for in a different fields for analyzing the problem or for simulate the problem. So, these are various applications of software. So, thank you very much.